welcome to
Grab Life by the Horns.
Hello and welcome to this new episode of Grab Life by the Horns. Today we have a special guest and I want you to introduce you to Heinz-Joachim Schulte. He is an expert in equipment and machinery in automated mass production with more than 40 years of experience. As one of the first professionals, he focused on OEE in Germany. No wonder that he is known as the OEE Pope. He is highly requested from production companies to optimize, integrate machines into production. Heinz-Joachim, thank you so much for following the invitation today. Let's start maybe with the most obvious question, because we see it in the background, we see it everywhere when we look on our LinkedIn profile. What is exactly OEE? Can you help us with that?
Yes, I can help you. OEE is a method to measure the productivity of a production line. And yes, I think to explain it completely, it makes no sense. But you must understand, with this method, Toyota is made from a small company to the biggest automotive company in the world. They work with this method. It comes from the Japanese Toyota production system and is a part of it. And it's comparable with the speed meter in your car. So you have the speed meter to measure the productivity of your line. You can see a productivity is 0% or a productivity is 100%. So you can measure it. But it's the same question. You have a number. For example, if you ask me how far are you driving, how fast are you driving with your car, and I say 60. So your question is, do you mean 60 miles per hour, 60 kilometers per hour? And where are you riding? Are you riding on a speedway? Are you riding on in a city? And that's the same. You have a number. With this, you can see how productive is in this environment your machine. So, and you have the possibility to increase your productivity of the machine. You see on the other side, you have the number and you have your losses. And losses or stops, can equipment down, no people available or something. You have your time when your machine is not running, is not producing. And you compared with the goose who make golden eggs. Mm-hmm. So that means if you are not good to this goose, you have a bad environment for the goose and bad educated people. So the eggs are not so big; they are small and maybe no eggs. And the same with the machine. If you work with this machine in a good environment, you have big golden eggs. Or others say a money press machine. It's the same. It's so when your machine is not printing money, the machine costs money. Yeah, and that's OEE. Or with this methodology, I measure the productivity of machines.
So you make sure that the machines are making money for the companies.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. This sounds, I think, to every entrepreneur, is this like this is an amazing sound in the ears.
Yes, you must imagine. You said in your introduction, I worked 40 years in companies. I don't need it. I see it when there is a problem in the company. It's comparable. There was an African president who was asked, how do you see if you make a good job as a president or you make a bad job? How do you see it? He said, it's very simple. I looked on the feet of the people. If they have good shoes, I make a good job. If they are barefoot, I don't make a good job. And the same is And the same as the machine. You see, you have that's indications in the machine, in the company. You can see, hey, this is a company with problems, and this is a company with no problems.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. This
Okay.
is but it's you can really see that you have all this experience over this last over 40 years now, and
Yes.
because this is, you know, especially if you have as well technicians in our engineering companies, we have technicians that they don't have to weight some stuff, they just know it. They know exactly how much it what the weight is of this one special piece, because they have this experience, and some things you can't explain because it comes with experience.
Yes,
And this, I love the things. It's super frustrating for people that are starting because it's experience, but you have to, you know, it's everybody's job to get this experience by themselves.
Yes, I agree completely. I can remember I was in one company, and there was a hardening machine. There was an oven, and in this oven was a temperature of 930 degrees. So we have a digital temperature meter who show exactly 930 degrees. And the people say, no, that's not correct. They have only 928 degrees. See with the eyes exactly how hot is the oven inside. They look through the things. It's unbelievable, but yes, that's true. That experience. You can't learn it. You must you must feel it. You must yeah.
With all senses, you have to work on this for years to get this right. That's correct.
Correct.
So another thing is that you are known as the OEE Pope, and that means that you have obviously not only a lot of experience, but you are really successful in what you're doing. So tell us a little bit about your background. Like, how did you became this OEE Pope?
Yes. Yes, in first line, it is the experience is I was in the 40 years I was in companies who worked like a clockwork. They worked perfect, and you are in companies they work. It was chaos in these companies. There's no other words to explain. Is poor chaos in these companies. So, and I see the difference. What must be done to become from a bad or a company with a bad performance to a company with a good performance? So that is what I see the difference. And what I now do, I only train the people my experience. They ask me, sometimes they ask me questions, and I say, for this question, I have no answer. And they say me, why? It's very simple. That's in my experience, there was never this question. So this question is unimportant. That's the wrong question. So you must learn to make other questions. For example, the machine is not working. So when I ask why the machine is not working, the answer is we have this every month. We have this every 6 months. So, and what are you doing? Yes, we are repairing this. So, and then my question is, why is, when you know this problem, why isn't solve this problems? What's the reason? And then I looked in great eyes.
Yes. I know exactly what you mean.
Yes, it's very difficult to explain in a podcast. YouTube is better. So that means yes, they repair, they do it every time, but they don't ask why is this problem happen? Why? And this is what I do. I will ask why is this? What has happened? What have you done to prevent this problem? Are there any actions to prevent this? And this so, and yes, and when I start a project, that first is what I try to get is we call it here the low-hanging fruits. That means I'm looking for problems which can fast fix. What can with a paint something on a floor, or put a car from this side to this side. Very simple ways that the people see very fast the results and see very fast yes, the money.
Yeah.
What is that is in a short time. It's not I think in the most of the project yes, in 4 weeks that we can increase the productivity 10%. Is normal. It's not easy things with one step. I can remember one time 250 hours production hours more with only a short step. There was, I can explain, there was a press who makes in the opposite part of the to close the door of a car. Was on the opposite side. In German we say B-Säule, it's in the B pillar. And there was a part, metal, I think 20 centimeter long, 5 millimeter thick, and so 3-4 millimeter wide. So there was a hole, drill a hole, then make a tap inside, and there was cut, and then it falls into a container.
Yeah.
So the container was inside of a shift, was full. So, and then I explained what the operator do. So he stopped the machine, then he goes looking for a car where he can pick up the container and bring it to the next machine. So it was the next machine. So then on the at the end of the fab, there was a big place, and there was all the empty container. He goes with the car to the place, and on the way back, he met Paul. He make us talk with Paul, and then they go to the coffee machine, and maybe they go to the toilet, and then slowly back to the machine and restart the machine. So, and now we can calculate. It needs round about 20 minutes per shift. 3 minutes per shift, 3 shifts per day, 5 days in a week. So that means 3 shifts per day, 20 times 3, that's 1 hour per day, 5 hours in the week. Or on the other side, we have in Germany round about 250 production days. That's very easy to calculate. 365 days, 102 weekends, no, 104 days for weekend, 10 holidays. So, and though we are round about 250 days a year, a production line is running. So 250 per 1 hour, that's 250 more production hour. 250 more production hour, that's more than 10 days they can now produce longer.
Yeah.
And so, and oh, thank you. I get my coffee.
Oh, what a service.
Yes, I love it.
Amazing.
So, and if and I asked the manager, I saw him, we calculated, and he said to me, we don't care about, we don't see it on this way. So, and this in a few minutes, 250 days more production. That means the container change will be prepared, and that only need one minute, maximum 2 minutes. And in the later way, they can automate from one container to the second container without stopping the machine.
Yeah, it's a really common problem or issue all over the company. So first of all, you get blind at one point what you can really change to make something more productive. The other thing is that a lot of people don't ask too much the question, why is it like this, or what is it like this? They're not going deep enough.
Yes.
Then we have another problem, and we see it as well in our companies, that you come to a point where you have to decide, do I properly now, even it takes longer time, and I have basically well, maybe as well a turnover cut, because I need to focus on that until it's implemented and we slow down. Well, this is not working. We can't slow down. Because we have always too much to do. So they continue with the stuff they always did because it's working somehow, and they got to the point and they don't have to slow down. So what are the strategic that you are basically implementing in your consultation when you come to the companies to say, okay, but what are your tricks and tips that they're not having to, that they maybe not are afraid of losing the momentum of not slowing down? So what are you doing with this? Like, how you do that?
I tried to implement in the head of the people the mindset of a Formula One car. Imagine there's a Formula One car. It comes in the box. So, and the people coming out, running out, the car is coming in. So nobody says, hey, we must stop the car here. We must make a preventive maintenance. So 6 months preventive maintenance. The car have to stop here now. Nobody would do this. But in companies, that's normally you see it every day. So, and I try to implement in the head of the, compare your machine with a Formula One car. That means if the car is not running, then ask the question why it is, or what must I do that the car is going back on the trace, back in the race. And you see it also in Formula One. There are teams who are working very, very good. They are working very fast and they're working very smart. So, and there are teams, they're working not so good. So how can you see it? You look on the table, who is on number one and who is on the last place. It's very simple. And the same is, will you be in your market in the top, I only don't say the top one, but will you in the top 10, and you will prevent your company, will you prevent the workplaces in your area? So then you have tried to look that you're in the top 10 of your market, and that is an insurance for you that your company will live in the next years, that you're working with the Formula One mindset.
That's an amazing, this is an amazing picture, actually. It's pretty easy. Everybody can live with this, and it makes totally sense that they make a break in the race to fix everything, to get to be at the best standard possible, to go for the next round. So this is, and that actually means that every company should plan these breaks as well from time to time. So how many breaks, when we say like break, when we keep this picture in mind, like how many breaks do you think a company should do throughout the year? Every
0.
Okay, so there's no slowing down then anymore. So
look at the OEE of a Formula One car. It's a very, very bad OEE. It's only running 2 or 3 hours on one weekend, and the rest of the time is not running.
Okay.
So that means if your machine is on the track or is producing for customers, so the machine has to run 100%. And it's very easy to explain. Scheduled stops. It's very, very dangerous for companies. Do you know why? Do you can remember as you make from your study, your Abschluss, your
diploma?
Diploma, thank you. So you get at the beginning of the year, okay, hey, what's your diploma work? You have 1 year time to write your diploma. But what's the truth? When do you write your diploma? The last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And this is the same with every stop on the machine. I can remember when we say, hey, we have now 6 months or yearly maintenance. So we have 4 hours time. So what have we done? Yes, only it's the same way. So we replace our car with our tools. So we stop the machine. And what do you think? What do we then? We go to the coffee machine. We know we have 4-hour times.
Okay.
I did it on the same way, but it's if you are thinking in a Formula One mindset, yes. So that means if you stop the machine, so that means try that machine so fast as can go back to the to production. And so, and also what you say, how many breaks you schedule is also important if you buy a machine. So then try to look how many maintenance need this machine. So, and then maybe a machine which needs not so much maintenance, maybe is more cheaper. Yes, in how to explain, for the money for your debit is better machine which is cost more money to buy the machine, but it have less maintenance
cost. Yeah,
that's yes, less cost. Less cost means less maintenance. That means so it's better for the production. It's the same with the car. If your car go too much to the garage, it's not good for you. And yes, it's scheduled, it's nice, but the machine must run. The machine must make money.
That's it brings me directly to my next question, actually, because like we had a huge world stop basically in 2019, as we all know, and obviously this was not a good was not good for everybody, but it's especially when it comes to the OEE, like what damages really, or what changes did you saw, what this lockdowns did for the production companies, because when the machine stops and nobody can take care of it, was there any solution? What did you experience in this time?
Yeah, it's very funny. It's very funny. Before Corona, nobody knows OEE. After Corona, everybody knows OEE. Yeah, it's very strange. I don't know why.
Okay, it's good that you don't have to explain it so often.
Oh no, that's not no. That's a wrong conclusion. No. The problem is there are so many mistakes in what you see over OEE and in books on YouTube, everywhere you look, there are many mistakes in that what is written and said. And the most, where you look OEE, they are working with scheduled downs, and they make a very complex picture over OEE as a very difficult tool. No, it's a very easy tool. You only need the basic calculation to calculate an OEE. When I go to a company to a production leader, I show them in few minutes, in 5 minutes, how he can measure his OEE directly without Industry 4.0 or digitalization or what is all for strange stuff in this world. So because remember, the history of OEE start in 1940, end of the 40s. So, and it was the times, it was after the World War II. So there was Mr. Edward Demings. It was a visionaire in USA, and he wanted to sell his production optimization, and he wanted to sell there. And the American, in this time after World War II, we are the greatest. For a few years ago, we had the same. So, and we don't need it. And he go to Japan, and in Japan it was completely different. So they not only have lost the war, they only have lost many good educated people for their kamikaze flights, because you must imagine you have a machine, they have to learn to start the machine, they have to learn to navigate the machine, and they have to learn to hit the target. So that you can't put every people on this machine. So you have you need educated people, and they need this educated people in the production environment. The people wasn't there. So, and the question was, how can we work productive without good educated people? That was from the question was bring to Edward Demings. So, and that was 1950. And in this time, digitalization, Industry 4.0. So there are other ways to how to work with this tool. It is important to understand this tool, and it's very easy. We only measure the availability. So that means we have 24 hours. So can this machine run 24 hours? So many people here in Germany say 24 hours, yes, but only 5 days a week. If I have the same question in China or Asia or in other countries, they say, well, we can run 7 days a week. So if I calculate an OEE on a basis of a 5 days week, or I calculate it on a 7 days, so there are different. So I must look that I have the same, say we're in the same football field. Yeah, we are playing the same game. That means if I have my competition in my own country, we are playing with the same rules. Yeah. I'm working worldwide. Yeah. Yes, and I've worked with the rules which are worldwide, and that is the discussion. If where we start the availability. So then we have a speed, the speed of a machine. So an experienced operator know if I make the machine a little bit slower, it works more stable. So that's the second point. Okay. And the third point, I have my production. So which part of this production I can directly deliver to the customer without repair or something. So how many products are good? So, and I have 3 factors: availability, speed, quality, and this I have to calculate, and then I have a value. And with this value, I can start my continuous improvement process, because if you calculate, for example, you are working with an OEE, for example, of 15%. Yes, you understand it right. A 1 and a 5. Yeah. 15%. Is this good or is this bad for your company?
I would say it's 15% in total would be. I don't think it's good.
It's very good. Do you know why? You have many improvement capacity. Okay. You have many to improve. But I think I've many measures. What do you think? What is the average value of the measuring? I don't measure it only in Germany. I also make it in other countries, although it's not a German. What do you think? Which value we have here?
We had this topic when we spoke the first time, and I was really surprised by that. So yes. I think I remember you said about 45% max.
That's what the max.
That was so shocking for me, because you think obviously it's a machine. If it's running 24/7 and you just have to provide the people they run the machine, then it should be 100%. So why is this good that you bring it up? Because it was my next question. Why can you explain us why we can't reach the 100% of the machine, or even like lower than 50%? This was really surprising for me.
No, 100% is not possible. It's a theoretical value, no discussion. So, and we can say, Toyota said 85%, that's world class. That means
5%, okay.
85%, yes. That's world class.
Okay,
so
that means just that we are talking about 7 days per week. This is like we are now in the field of the world class, means 7 days per week. Okay.
Yes, but when you are in an environment or in a market, they are working only 5 days per week.
Mm-hmm.
It's also 85%. It's also it's world class.
Okay.
So normally you can have a better value because you have 2 days where you can repair and you can increase the performance of the machine. You can work longer with the machine. If you have only 7 days and you will produce 7 days, yes, the range is smaller when you work with the machine. So that I say is what I say. It depends on which market you are working, and then that's very important. And yes, so you can't. That is was many big content big companies want. They have locations all over the world. They are looking for value how to compare the fabs to each other, how to compare, and that's not possible because every country have a different rule. That's at first. And very important is every production environment is different, so you can't compare it. What's important is what at the end of the day, and whether it's a euro sign or a dollar sign or a pound sign, what is at the end of the line. That's important. And the OEE is only a tool how to can help to increase that is what on the
balance sheet, basically.
The balance sheet, correct. Thank you. So, and that is important, and this tool can help you to increase on the right side the value on the balance sheet, because you will see there are lines. They started on the 1st of January, and they never changed the product in the line. They are completely working. On other lines, they are working. They are changing 1 time per day, 2 times per day, or 2 days, 2 times per shift. They are changing the products. It's necessary for their market. So that is so. And yes, you can make decisions. Do you want only 1 product or you have more product? So, and if you have more product, the OEE is lower. That's normally. So then on one side is what is helpful, 1%, it means, or increasing the OEE for 1%, that means, so it's $100,000, $1 million, but there is, for 1%, there's a value on the other side. So when you can see, if you increase the OEE at 1%, that cost, for example, 200,000, and on the balance, it's only 100,000 more. That means to increase the OEE for 1% cost 200,000. So, but it's only 100,000 more in your pocket. So you need minimum 2 years. So make it sense or make it not sense. You have a better calculation for your increasing, for your continuous improvement process. Or every production manager there are people with many ideas. So, and always the question is, if the calculation make sense or make it no sense to make this improvement. So, and you can make a decision. It makes no sense, but this improvement is now at this moment too expensive. So we know this problem and we live with these problems. Also, what you have in many countries, so you have rules from the government, from the law. It's, for example, in milk industry, you have it's called a clean in process. So that means you must clean every hour. You must clean the machine 50 minutes, 30 minutes. So you have the rules.
Yeah.
But and important is, for example, you make a calculation and you see you have only, we saw it, 5 or 10% OEE. So you can make a decision. Makes it sense to produce it here, or maybe my neighbor, he has also the same line and he have capacity on his line, so let's produce him in this, and I do on this line other things.
Yeah.
So it makes easier for management to make decisions, because you see every time you see very clear, this decision brings 1, 2, 10, 100 hours more production. That brings us this money, and this cost this money, and you have a wake, makes it sense or make it no sense.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah, I understand.
You are the first woman who said, "Hey, I understand you." Hey.
Yeah. I'm not so sure about the first one. I'm sure there are other ones. Maybe they don't say it.
Okay, I will ask her.
So when it comes to OEE, like does any aspect of the OEE, what you learned, help you as an entrepreneur to have, like, to change the game, what you did as an entrepreneur as well? Like any aspect what you have in this, because it's really technical, but it goes to be productive and efficient and all the things. Like, what did you say? Okay, this is interesting. Let me adapt this to my entrepreneurial life. Basically, is there any aspect that you learned or that you adapt?
Good question. Good question. I don't have an answer for this.
Don't worry. Don't worry. But it could happen. Sometimes you have this thing, you say, okay, like this helps me. That was a real game changer. And
I must say, I learned this method 2006. And I learned it from a Netherlands entrepreneur. He had to make it for his own consultancy people. They developed this an OEE software, and I saw this software and I was flashed. That's only was, yes, really. And this I was said, yes, this is what production companies need. I was flashed. That what I can say. So, and then I must say, then was my first call. It was a company in Krefeld here in Germany. I explained what I can do for him, and he said, "No, Mr. Schulte, I don't want to see you." So why? I said, "Mr. Schulte, can't you imagine? Imagine you come in our companies. The machine will run better. The chaos in the shop floor environment will reduce. The people are satisfied. The people fluctuation, fluctuation will reduce. the people will not so be ill, and you imagine all this will happen when you come in our company. Can you imagine what my boss said to me? Hey, Mr. Meyer, that's your job. That Mr. Schulte is doing, that's normally your job. Why is he here?" That's
a point. That's
yes. I was surprised. I didn't expect this.
Yeah.
And Yes, and that's simply the same. It is, I think I told it to you, in OEE, there are only is around 10% of the companies who are making a very, very good job with OEE.
Okay.
And one of this company is Porsche.
Mm-hmm.
And the last automotive crisis, did you hear something from Porsche?
No.
Strange. Eh?
Well, maybe not that strange after all.
Yes. And the same is Toyota. In the history of Toyota, no one is fired of the reason of an economic crisis.
Yeah.
That's very important to understand this. It's for me, it is unbelievable that nearly 70 years after the developing of OEE, there are not so many companies working with it. It must be nobody asks for a speed meter in a car, but in production environment, it's very, very, very difficult to bring this to the company. And so I feel like a pioneer in my own country.
But it's like, you know, it's especially like your story with the CEO. Like Germans don't really have this understanding of having a consultant or a coach on their side, because they got really, really fast in this mode, in the self-defense mode, and defending their own job and why they are there. So except like, you could see the other way around, you know, like you don't have to know everything. Like you have to know people they know is in a specific field, and hiring the knowledge is not a lack of knowledge on your own. It's just like, it shows that you see, okay, this is the problem I have. I know how to fix it. It does not have to be me to fix it. And this is, I hope really that Germany is, and Germans are, you know, changing their and shifting their mindset towards getting more and more consultants and coaches. And there are coaches and consultants out there a lot. So, but it has to be the right ones.
Yes, I say we know the shortcuts. We they will make mistakes. We made these mistakes in the past. Exactly. We know the shortcuts. We can show, hey, don't do this on this way, do this on this way. That will be successful, or more successful. Yes.
Exactly. How long does it take for you? Like, how long is your period of time in a company when they hire you? So if a company decides, okay, you come with us, and in average, like I know that's maybe you can share with us some parameters that people know, okay, if they come to you, and what aspects, what they have to bring that you are basically are willing to consult them. This is one.
That's the second question.
Exactly. And how long would it take for you to stay there?
Okay, need to. Okay, the first normal period is between 3 and 6 months.
Okay.
That's a normal period. So, and what must they bring? At first, we start with a workshop. I go. So, and if I hear, and in this workshop with the people here where are the problems, yes, in our company we can't change it. If I hear this sentence too often, it's not my customer.
Okay.
Because if we want other results, we have to change something, and that is what we don't understand. So we want the other results, but we don't want to change something. So because while we do something on this way, we have these results. So, and if we want another result, we have to change something. It's to compare with if you mix colors. If you have it was blue and it was yellow, and when you mix it, it will green. So, and what other people, so, and then, well, for example, you will rosa,
pink.
Pink, yeah, thank you. You will pink. So you want pink color. What are many people doing? They are more blue, more yellow, and more this, and so you never get pink.
Yeah.
So, but if you want pink, you have to change the colors, and it's the same in a practice environment. So, and if a company say no, we don't want to change it, or this is in our company not possible, we can't change it. Okay, then good luck.
Yeah.
And I can give you a training, but I don't want to work with you because I give guarantee. So I make the first analysis, make it, so, and then I give guarantee. So I can guarantee if we finish our work, you have so much more money, or you have this productivity. So I give guarantee. So, and if I can't change it, they must change it. I can only show the ways. So if they don't want to change it, yes, why they need me?
It's like actually when you do the personal development and you ask people like if they want to be more successful, they have to be willing to change something as well, and companies have to have the will as well to step out of their comfort zone. It looks a little bit different, obviously, because they have a whole team they have to motivate to step out of their comfort zone, because everybody loves routines, and if you are basically, especially workers on the machine, they love the routine. They love to have everything on their place. They don't really want to know or to learn a new routine, a new machine. Especially I see it as well in our team every time when we have a new program, and with AI, like there are so many programs that are popping up and tools you have to train yourself on. It's getting faster, but in the beginning, it's so overwhelming and it's so out of your comfort zone to learn a new tool, to learn a new routine in your, to make yourself more productive. And I can imagine the same as in the company. And if the head already of the company saying, I think, okay, we don't want to make the changes because I don't want to lose the rest of the team, it's, I understand totally what you mean. And this is a problem. It doesn't matter if you are one person or if you have a company. Like, as a company, you have, as a CEO, you have to be able to take the team and step out with the whole team out of the comfort zone in order to make the changes.
Yes, and on one side, for the operators, it will be better because the people know their problem. You have, it's like a pyramid, you have 100% of the problems know the people on the shop floor. On the top manage, they know only 7% of the problems.
Yeah.
And now I give them a tool and knowledge. So now you have the possibility to increase your day, your success of your well-being on the machine, because it's very easy to understand. If the machine is working, the operator is doing nothing or only a little bit. If the machine, if the operator is working, the machine is not running. The machine is standing still. So, and for an operator, yes, he like to drink coffee. He like to read his newspaper. Often in our times, he want to play with his mobile phone. So, and I give him the possibility to play with his mobile phone. And in other company, that's a problem here in Germany. This guy is not working. Yes, maybe we can reduce his workplace. We don't need it. But that's the wrong way. And it's always the people for it's from the calculation here, from the bookkeeping. It's called the Kostenträger. That means no. It's a good guy on the machine is a profit center.
Yeah. It's not a liability, it's an asset. If if you have to organize it in the right way. Yeah, I see what it is. That's it's very, very interesting, but unfortunately the time is already running. Like we have it's an amazing topic really for companies to see, okay, what I can do to be more productive at the end, and to see as well, like to use this tool. Heinz-Joachim, is there anything we did not cover today in our talk, what you really want to highlight?
Yes.
What we, because I'm sure there's 1,000 things as well, because it's a huge topic, but if you want to break it down, what do you want to share with us?
What I say, for your business, be approachable, show yourself as a human being. Many consultants, people, they come in a company with a pack, and yes, I am here, you are there. So at first you can't see it. Look here, here's my name,
Yeah.
my first name. So I make it easy for everyone.
Yeah.
To talk with me. Hey, Achim, that's my nickname, and that's make it very easy. And this is what I can advise: be approachable for the people on the shop floor. That if they accept you, they do all for you.
Yeah.
That's one story. Last story. Sorry.
It's okay. I love stories. I'm sure we all do.
You can imagine. I don't know on how many machines I put my hand. It must be thousands. I didn't calculate it. So, and you can imagine, not on every machine I had training. It's very new machines for me. And you can imagine if you bring your car in a garage and the mechanic said, hey, I don't know your car, but let's make a try. What would you say?
Hey.
So that's not a good choice. So what was my way? I go to the operator. Hey, let's go to the coffee machine. I invite you for a coffee, and then please be so kind to explain what for problems do you have. So, and imagine this guy worked with this machine, is with this machine longer than with his own wife. He's 8 hours per day with the machine. I don't know how many time he spent with his wife. So that means that's the really expert on this machine. So only what maybe you have difficult to explain, and you have problems to calculate, but he's the only guy in the company who know this machine, not the people in the office. Right. They don't know. And that is what my success, and that is what I can advise. Or in Japan they say Gemba walk. If you hear a problem, go to the problem, go to it, look at it, speak with the people. You learn so many things from these people, and this will help you to guide your fab.
Amazing. That's what we can, like, to round this all up. It's like amazing words basically to end this episode. Thank you so much, Heinz-Joachim, for being here. One last thing, like, how can people contact you if they want to improve and optimize their OEE, basically?
I hope when you provide this video, you put all these links to this video. They can contact me via LinkedIn. Okay. They can contact me via my website, www.oee-institute.de. So they can contact me, and on every webpage there is a telephone number, there's an email, so there they can contact me. It's also very easy, and in a strange way, if they want to contact me in Germany, I don't know, you can check it. If you tick in Google Heinz-Joachim Schulte, the first page of Google, it's my page.
Perfect. That should be like this. Amazing. And I know as well, just a recommendation from my side, the link for Calendly to book an appointment with you is really easy, and it's the fastest way to make a fixed appointment to get the most information. Thank you so much for being here today. I think we learned a lot, and I got already some ideas. I want to connect you with a person to get to the next level. And thank you so much to be our guest today.
Thank you.
Do you want to get paid? Introducing Legacy Builders Global, where everybody gets paid. We don't create investors. We create legacy builders. Legacy Builders Global. Visit us at www.legacybuildersglobal.com.